Should you spend your money on this nearly 4-year-old iPhone 11 Pro? Let's find out. I decided to switch to the iPhone 11 Pro for a week to find out whether it's still worth buying in 2023. How's the camera? How's the battery life? Does it feel old? When this phone got released in 2019, it received a fairly warm welcome. Some even called it the best small phone available. First iPhone to have 3 cameras was even called a camera killer. It also was the first iPhone to have a super bright XDR display, deep fusion and night mode in cameras, and my favorite thing, frosted back glass in this amazing midnight green color. I think this is the best color in iPhones. Bold, official, and under the right angle, really green. Discussing the phone itself, the iPhone 11 Pro has a bright 5.8-inch Retina display, a 13 Bionic chip, 4 GB of RAM, Lightning port and 3 back cameras, wide, telephoto and ultra-wide. All 3 cameras can record 4K video, but only wide and telephoto support night mode. The iPhone 11 Pro is also water resistant to a depth of 4 meters for up to 30 minutes. Another thing that stands out in this phone is its battery. At the time of the phone's release, it had a 15% higher capacity than its predecessor, which was a huge improvement at the time. I'll talk more about the battery later, so stay tuned for that. Let's quickly discuss prices. Currently, the lowest price on Amazon for this phone is $338, but that's a 64GB version. I recommend buying 256 at least, which costs $379. For perspective, when this phone was brand new, it did cost $1,000. But the price isn't the only thing that degraded over these years. I remember using this iPhone almost 4 years ago when my family just bought it. And when I use it now, I can definitely see some slowdowns. It's not terrible, don't get me wrong. Interface is snappy, no lags anywhere. But opening apps takes slightly more time than on iPhone 13 or 14 Pro. These slowdowns aren't something I can't live with. You only notice them when you put 2 iPhones side by side. In day-to-day use, the phone feels almost like a new one. But there is something I've noticed here. The smaller size of the phone makes it seem faster and snappier. I don't know why, but the fact still stands for me. And what's even more surprising for me is the battery life. It doesn't feel like a 4-year-old phone. I can easily get a full day out of it. Yes, it lives less than the iPhone 13 or let's say 14 Pro, but the difference isn't astronomical. If you're an average user and you don't spend your entire day on social media, this iPhone will do just fine for you. Here's another impressive thing. This iPhone 11 Pro is almost 4 years old and its battery still has 91% health left. It's shocking to see such minor degradation after almost 4 years of use. For comparison, the iPhone 13 has dropped to 93% in only 1.5 years of use. Maybe it's the battery chemistry or the low power charging, but still. If you think that 4-year-old iPhone won't last, I must disappoint you, it will. The oldest iPhone to support iOS 16 is the iPhone 8. That phone was released 2 years before the 11 Pro. The A13 chip in 11 Pro is almost twice as powerful as the A11 in iPhone 8. So if you get 11 Pro now, you can be rest assured you'll be receiving iOS updates for the next 3 to 4 years. If you're not planning on having this phone for longer than that, you're covered. Now, let's talk about something big. Cameras. Cameras on iPhones for the past couple of years have been exceptionally good, especially during the day. And after using this phone, I can confidently say that the quality of photos isn't that far from the iPhone 13. Yes, it's no match to the 14 Pro, but still, I'll just show you the photos and let you be the judge. And after that, we'll talk about one more thing you should know. What do you think? Are these shots good enough for you? Let me know in the comments. Because for me, the photos are very much okay. They may lack details sometimes, but some shots have that distinct old iPhone look to them, which is especially visible in this shot. It's grainy, but the colors and contrast make it homey, warm and cozy. The last thing to cover is whether this iPhone is worth the money. Is it justified to pay $340 for this phone in 2023? To be honest, yes. It's a great value phone for many people. It's great to hold and use, a very comfortable size. It's very fast and responsive. It shoots great photos and videos, and it has solid battery life even today. But I still must warn you about two things when buying this phone: price and age. Make sure you're not paying too much for a phone in poor condition or with hidden flaws. And also, make sure to check its age so you won't get an abused phone. But aside from that, I think it's a great phone to consider if you are tight on the budget but still want a premium device. I hope this video gave you a useful perspective on the iPhone 11 Pro and that you've learned something new today. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye!